This thing working? Yeah, don't worry about trying to fix your TV set. There's nothing wrong with it, y'all. Rip One Outdoors has acquired one of these moped style bikes, and we're going to review that for y'all. Today we'll be reviewing the EUYbike S4. This bike is loaded up with all kind of features, all kind of power that we're looking at. We're looking at 1,000-watt motor, a big old honking 25 amp hour battery, and as you can see right in front of you here, and this thing will get you down the road in style, and it'll get you down the road lickety split. We're going to do the same thing we normally do. We're going to go inside. We're going to show you all the assembly process. It wasn't but just a little bit of assembly. And then we're going to give you some close-ups. Then we'll be down at Bay St. Louis. So y'all don't go anywhere. Hang around with us and watch the review of the EUYbike S4. Roll that intro. Alright everybody, let's unbox the EUY S4 e-bike. First thing I did is I took my claw hammer and I pulled all the rattlesnakes out of this box. And you say, what is a rattlesnake? Them things right there. You see them staples? I got scars all over my arm where I've scratched myself with them things. So, but I understand they're necessary to have to get the box to the customer without it getting tore all to pieces. All right, I'll show y'all what it looks like on the inside, and then we'll take it out the box. There you go. Everything looks well protected and packaged just right. Got something new I haven't seen. Got a piece of masonite down in here. I don't know what that is, but we're gonna pull that out of there. We'll show y'all that when we get it out. So as we always do, let's just go ahead and get it out of the box, and then I'll show you what we got. Okay, hang with us. Okay, everybody, we got it out the box, and yeah, it was a little booger. I tell you what, this little thing is, they say it's 76 pounds, but hey, I tell you what, it's a heavy little scooper. And just wanted to show y'all, give y'all just a going over look of how it looks and how it come packaged and everything. Dual crown fork right there. That's the first one for me. That looks like the battery down under there, okay? Then had a couple more boxes. There's an accessory kit right there. Then here's a charger box. It was down in there. And just wanted to show y'all, let's see, look around on the other side. That's pretty much the same thing, but well packaged here. You know what that does? That protects that derailleur guard right there. That's smart. Good job, EUYbike. Got these little rubber things here. Rubber pad, neoprene pads, or whatever that is. Hey, check out those red highlights on that wheel right there. We'll show y'all a little bit more of that later. Here's what I wanted to show y'all. And another good job EUYbike. As you set this in the box, as you set the bike down in the box, they had a piece of masonite on this side and a piece of masonite on the other side. That is a smart idea right there, bike companies, because that protects what? It keeps stuff like this, pointy things like this. It keeps all that from going out through the side of the box. That's what it does. All right, let's get all the packaging off of it and let's clean it up, and then we'll go from there. So far with what I see, I'm very pleased with the way that it's packaged and protected during the shipping process. And I will have to say, there's the box right there. There ain't even hardly a wrinkle on that box. FedEx did a great job of keeping this box in good shape. So usually, I mean, I've got them before that had holes all in the side of the box, and They tore slap up. So, no, not this one. All right, let me get it cleaned up and I'll show y'all what it looks like. Well, we got all the packaging off of it, and I tell you, it didn't take but just a minute. We got the handlebar unpacked and everything. Here's what we got to do to it, y'all. We got 3 things we got to do to it. We got to put the handlebar on. We got to put the front wheel on, mount it, and we got to mount the pedals. That's all it is. We do have a seat coming, and it didn't deliver today. It's coming probably tomorrow whenever FedEx decides to bring it. But it goes back here. If you look at it on the website, you can see how the little seat mounts back here. Y'all, I'm going to tell you this. Never say never, okay? I never ever said that I would not review one of these moped style bikes. I'm glad I didn't say it. No, I'm glad I didn't say never then, because I would have regretted it today if I got this beautiful bike right here, and then I said, you know, if I would have said, no, I'm not going to have anything to do with them kind of bike. That's not my style of bike. Maybe it won't pedal as easy as some of our 26-inch e-bikes or whatever. But this thing is going to be a hoot to ride, I can tell you right now. It's going to, hey, they don't call me Rip One for nothing. We're going to be ripping it on this thing. Let me show y'all the crown jewel of this little bike. You want to see a pig? Ooh, look at this pig. 48 volt, 25 amp hour. Wow. That's my baby right there. That's going to be pulling me around on this EUY S4 bike. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to take the pig and we're going to hook it up to the 48 volt battery charger, and we're going to let it be charging. And in the meantime, we're going to put this handlebar on, and the front wheel and the pedals on. And we get a hot charge, this thing will be ready to go, y'all. All right, on with the assembly. Okay, y'all, I lied to you. I told y'all all we had was just a couple of things to put on. I said we got the handlebar and the front wheel and the pedals. No, it's a little more than that. We got the handlebar, we got the front wheel, we got the front fender. I mean, that kind of goes along with the front wheel. You know what I'm saying? We got a headlight over there the size of an apple pie. We're going to put on here. I'm telling you right now, that's a huge headlight. You wait till you see it. All right, let's get this handlebar up here. I tell y'all what. Y'all, this thing here is going to be fine as frog hair. Get up in there. Ain't that nice? That thing sure does save a little bit of time now. You'll be screwing on them things for a while with a hex wrench. But that thing don't have a whole lot of torque. But you know, it will run them in pretty fast. Check it out. See what I'm talking about? I don't want to use no drill or nothing like that. No drill motor, because that thing can get in there and strip out some screws if you don't watch it. Beautiful. All right, let's get that front wheel on now. Y'all know what we always got to do. We got to reach down there and grab that little temporary spacer. Just drag it out of there. We don't need it up in there. That's where your brake caliper's going. We also got to remove that bolt right there. That's for shipping purposes only. That's not what's going to hold the front wheel on. Son, look at there, what a wrench, huh? Ain't that pretty? Whoop, there it is. Alright, front wheel. I had to tighten up the play and the bearings a little bit on this. I don't know if that's something, I don't think I've ever had to do that before, but alright, let's see if we can do this like we know what we're doing. We're going to do it like we normally do. I'm going to hold the tire between my legs, and I'm going to come up roll it forward. Set it right down on there just like that. Now reach back here, put the kickstand down. Holy moly, what a kickstand. It's like a motorcycle kickstand. Check it out, y'all. Ain't that something? I like that. Get that pretty wrench they supplied us. Let's tighten him up. That's what you call a Mississippi torque wrench right there. Alright, let's put the fender on. Let's see what we gotta have to put that fender on. The e-bikes I usually put together, the fender has the light attached to it, but this one don't. It mounts up here on this fork, I believe. So we'll see about that when we get to it. But yeah, this is all it mounts here, is just a fender. Y'all, I thought the headlight was gonna require a little more assembly, but it don't. I mean, you got 2 screws this side, 1 big screw, 1 little screw on each side, okay? And you got a nut goes behind. You got this little shape mount here, and it's got a little, it's a 2-piece thing. A little clamp mounts in the back. Ain't nothing to it, y'all. We tighten that down. They even send us a nice little screwdriver. Look at there. Yike. Yike. Yike screwdriver. I told y'all that was a big light. Let me show it to you. Check that thing out, huh? Let me put my hand across it here. Look at that. I can't wait to try that out at night and see what we get out of that. As far as how high to mount it, it mounts to your fork. I just pull it all the way up to the top. If I need to change that, I will. We're gonna plug our light in. We got a light wire here somewhere. Yep, right here. Now all we got to do here, folks, y'all know the routine, is align the arrows. Arrow to arrow. There's one arrow, there's the other arrow. Align the arrows and snap. That's all it takes. Fits like a sock on a rooster. I would think there would be hard pressed, y'all, to find somebody that don't know how to put a pedal on. But yet, they mark these things. Look. L. Let's see, is the pedal marked? Sure it is. L. Okay, and that's L is left hand threads. Remember that? Right pedal is right hand threads. That's all it is to that. Okay folks, if you'll allow me to, I want to take just a few minutes and show you some close-ups and talk about a few of the specs, but I'm not going to bore you to death with it, okay? Up on the handlebar on the right side, you have your 7-speed Shimano shifter. Nothing new there. Logan brakes. We'll talk more about that. I love the BMX style handlebar. You can cram a lot of accessories and all on here. Got a lot of room to mount things. Talk about the display now. Hold the M button down on the control pad. That brings up the display. Just hit the M button and that changes to trip, miles, voltage. I like that. And it has a battery bar up here, but I like the fact that it still shows you the voltage. Pedal assist levels here. It has 5 levels of pedal assist. And of course your speed up here. You can also set it to show your current. To turn the headlight on, you got this little pad here. Just click it. It turns the headlight on. Ooh-wee. I'll try to show y'all what that headlight looks like at night. But again, if you want to turn it off, just click it. Horn. And again, we show you your control pad right here. Nothing special about that. M for mode. In the middle, up and down. Hey, basic operation. I put a little bar end mirror over here for my safety. And again, we'll show you the Logan hydraulic disc brakes. In reference to the headlights, there you go. It almost looks like the headlights is on now, but I've got the headlight turned off. These outer rings and these little portions here, they're on whenever you have the bike turned on. A little safety precaution there. Maybe help someone see you coming. Check out the wire management here, y'all. It looks really, really nice and neat. Heavy duty dual crown fork with adjust and lockout. There's the front fender. Plastic fender, we've already showed y'all that. Nice little highlights with the holes in the wheels to show the red tube liner there. Here's that big EUYbike battery, 25 amp hour, and it's got an on-off switch on it. There's your charge port right there. There is a USB port right there. There's also a USB port right here under the display. There's that nice rear shock absorber system right here. You have a 52 tooth crank. It doesn't have a ring on the inside, just on the outside. It's got the R on the pedal to tell you to put your right foot here. Shimano tourney derailleur. It's got a nice heavy duty derailleur protector right there. 1428 Shimano Freewheel. There's your 1000 watt hub motor, 1500 peak watt. I know we've already talked about it, but there's your Logan hydraulic disc brake calipers, and Logan brakes work really well for me on other bikes. There's your tail light with brake light. This is one of the last pieces that I installed. This bike comes standard with this little seat right here. This here is open back here. The company sent me this little seat right here, I guess so I could demonstrate that, but this little seat is sold as an accessory item for 25 bucks. But who wouldn't want this little seat? I've heard some people say they didn't like the two-piece seat. If you don't like that, they sell a one-piece banana seat that goes the entire length for 89 bucks in their accessories. So check that out. The bike does have a cadence sensor. And if anybody's wondering where your controller is, it's right here under the battery. One thing that's interesting to me, and on previous versions of this bike, I've seen a different kind of kickstand. And even some of the reviewers were talking about how the kickstand got in the way of rolling the bike backwards. The pedal hit it. As you can see, there's nothing hitting there now. To unmount the bike from the kickstand, simply push the bike forward. To put the bike back on the kickstand, pull the kickstand down, pull the bike back. So that about does it for the workshop portion of the review. So without any further hem-hawing around, let's take the bike and let's put it out where it counts. Let's put it on the road. Let's ride, Clyde. As promised y'all, I told y'all let's ride, Clyde, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna ride. We are at the Bay St. Louis. Where would you expect me to be? What a great place to bring your bike and test it and just ride and get the different views and just enjoy being in the beautiful weather. These folks is getting cranked up here. Somebody with some political views there. Yeah, we're just gonna ride around Old Town here a little bit, and then we're gonna ride across the Bay Bridge and maybe visit over there just a little bit, and we will try to tell you in the best way we can what we're thinking about this bike, try to give you our honest opinion, and we'll leave it up to you as to where you may want one of them or not. And I'll tell you right before we start that if I haven't already told you, hey, look on the look in my video description there and you'll find a link to EUYbike. And this is the S4 that I'm reviewing here today, riding. I think when y'all see the bike and you see the price, I think you're gonna like it too, I really do. I've got some things about it that I mean some pros and cons, and I'll try to bring all those out to you. Here comes somebody riding a bike. There's my ice cream place at Miss Mary's. We'll stop in there after a while and get us some ice cream. I think we're just gonna shoot it right on out this road here. And then we're gonna hit the road that goes across Bay Bridge. We'll do a braking test over there. We'll do a speed test. You got better room over there to do a speed test than what you do in here. First thing I wanted to say to you is that the bike is very comfortable. I've crossed some railroad tracks and some pretty rough jumped off curbs and stuff like that. And I find the bike to be very, very comfortable. It is a dual suspension bike. Dual crown shocks in the front, as we've already showed y'all during the close-up pics and everything. And then we got the shock absorber about right under where my booty is right now. It's got 5 levels of pedal assist. We'll show y'all all 5 today. Look how pretty it is, y'all. Everything's green, the blue sky. We're looking for a gorgeous weekend. Well, I tell you, I hope it's better than the last few days. Let's see, what, day before yesterday? It come a gully washer through here. We had tornadoes and everything else. Coming out Texas Flat there, the road that I come to, y'all hear me talk about Texas Flat all the time. We're coming out Texas Flat, they look like the tornado running all along the side of the road. It just tore trees up everywhere. But all this, it looks like there was no damage here at all. Pretty good little hill here to climb. The bridge is 2.1 miles in one way. This bridge was completely destroyed during Hurricane Katrina. In just a few years' time, and $287 million later, this bridge was rebuilt. And it was rebuilt better than it was before. It's got a 10-foot wide bike and pedestrian path here. This is a really nice feature for this bridge. We are going up a little hill here, so we're doing about 27 up the hill. The display says 30. 28 now, going uphill. Let's see if it drops off while we're going up at this steeper hump here. Dropped down to about 21 miles per hour, but my goodness, that's still plenty. Okay, I stopped and changed the wheel diameter. They had the wheel diameter is about 24 inches. So I changed that to 22. Figured the wheel is 20, and I added a couple inches there for the tire. I may be wrong about that, but I think that puts it just about right. It's about maybe a half a mile or 3/4 of a mile off now. We can live with that. Let's get on down the road here. We're at pedal assist 5, 31 miles per hour. That's probably gonna be about the top speed right there for it. That's pretty good, y'all. All right, we're going to do our braking test as we come off this bridge over here. Because we're going to be coming down a hill, and we're going to be braking from about 30 miles per hour. We're going to break down to 0 here, in just about maybe 100 feet. Let's see what it'll do. 32 miles per hour. All right, I'm fixing to start braking. Oh yeah. Don't worry about them Logan brakes, y'all. They stop really good. We go down this little hill here. Ooh, look at the dewberries down there. Look at this thing scooting around, y'all. It just gets around now. Not going to go through that water. I know better than that. Ask me why I know better than to go through that water. I tell you what, it handles these sidewalks real good. Look at this. Like I say, it reminds me of a little motorcycle. And y'all, I'm gonna just tell y'all up front now, I'm not pedaling, okay? The way the bike is made, and this would be one of the cons that I have, and I'll tell you, as I said, I'll tell you up front. It's not comfortable for me to pedal. I just forget about pedaling, okay? And I'm just using the throttle and I'm just having a blast on it, okay? If you're looking for a bike to pedal and get some exercise and have fun on, if you're about 5 foot or 5'4", 5'6", this would be okay for you, but I'm 6 foot. Therefore, it doesn't work in my plan as a pedaler. So it's the first one that I've ever had that didn't pedal because it's the moped style, okay? And you might ask me, so well, why did you take the bike? I took the bike because there is a big market out there for these bikes right now. A lot of people like to ride these bikes with just scooting around, you know, just using the throttle. And that's the reason. And it just looked like a very high quality, low price. Yeah, at $11.99. That price is very tempting for people that's looking for this moped style. Let's get off and let's take another look at it here, y'all. Okay, there was a few things that I didn't mention during the close-up pics and everything where I try to share the information about the specs. And one of them is the colors that it comes in are black and green, and I really like that green, but they're, as what I see on Amazon and all, and on the website, they're out of stock right now of the green, but that green is really pretty. Refunds up to 30 days if you're not pleased with it. It has a 1-year warranty, and as we stated, it covers a wide range of riders. But we've already mentioned to you, if you're going to pedal it and get some enjoyment out of pedaling, hey, I would say that it would be for like 5 to 5'6", something like that. Mark Schomer, a friend of mine, was at the house the other day, and he's about 5'6". He tried it on, and the bike was perfect for him. We already mentioned to you about the battery and the specs on the battery and everything. We're not going to get into that again. I didn't tell you that it's a 96 Newton meter torque, and I think we've already felt quite a bit of that torque today. I'm going to tell you, this thing is torquey, and it has plenty of blast off torque. The bike weight is 76 pounds with the battery, 66.8 pounds without the battery. So there you go for loading and unloading out of off a bike rack or whatever. They do have carbon neutral shipping. It's available. You just let them know. But they state the range is 45 to 75 miles. That's what I see on their website. I'm going to say probably leaning more closer to the 45 miles based on what I'm seeing other reviewers have said. But again, we'll try to give you, narrow that down for you and give you a closer estimate on our part as the video goes on. There's a seat right there. It's a 2-piece seat. I am sitting right here. That's where I'm sitting. That's where I feel comfortable sitting, y'all. I do not feel comfortable sitting back here. With my height and the length of my legs, I'm a 30-inch inseam. It makes me want to get back here so I can pedal. But if I do that, then it puts all the weight back here on the back. Well, you know what's going to happen then? It's going to lighten up that front end, and that's going to loosen that up, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just throttling it. I'm putting my booty right there, and that's where I'm riding it at, okay? But look at that big old chunk of a battery, y'all. We can ride all afternoon on that battery. I'm telling you right now. Look at those pretty accents on that on those wheels. Yeah, it looks really good. Let's get back on it and take a ride and we'll talk to you a little more about the pedal assist levels and throttle and things like that. Yeah, I'm just using the pedals as a footrest, y'all. I'm not pedaling. If I try to pedal it, sitting where I'm at now, I'm having to lift my knees too high, and it's very uncomfortable for me because I'm having some knee problems right now. But I'm gonna tell you, if you just want to have something to have a blast on, this is the ticket right here, y'all. The EUY S4. Okay, y'all, let's go do some pedal assist, and we'll show you the cruise and the speeds that you can achieve in throttle mode. As we already stated, I can't show you what they can do pedaling, but I will assume that the same speed you're going to achieve pedaling, it's going to be the same you're going to achieve with throttle only, based on my past experience with bikes. So let's start out here at this little intersection right here. Okay, we're pedal assist 0, and it won't do anything, okay? Bump it up, there's 1, pedal assist 1. 10.6 mile per hour. Pedal assist 2. We got the throttle gap back, 15.3. Pedal assist 3, let's get around this curve. That's gonna be 20.6. We'll stop here at this stop sign and then we'll get took back off again. All right, we're in 3 now. Let's bump it up to 4. Get on down the road there. Pedal assist 4 is 24.8. There you go. Let's bump it up to 5. And we're not gonna try to achieve that because we know that it will get 32 miles per hour. We did that coming across the bridge. So there's your pedal assist and throttle levels. And the throttle level is dependent on the pedal assist. All right, let's set the cruise. We'll get it going about, let's set the cruise. How do you set the cruise? Press the down button on the control pad. Let's get it going about 17, 18, push the down button on the control pad, turn loose, and there we go, we're in cruise control mode. Here comes a bunch of bikers. So we can just cruise right on around here. And I told y'all I'm not gonna run through that water because it's got mud under there. And that could get ugly. All right, climb this hill. Man, there ain't no problem climbing this hill. We could climb that grass hill right there, but I'd probably bust my booty and I don't want to do that. Good grip, y'all, good grip. I've seen on the, as I was going under the bridge, I went down under some sidewalks that had some sand on them. And that sand didn't pose a problem at all. I didn't feel unsafe at all. These tires have got that, it looks like a Crusader tread. I don't know if it says Crusader on it, but that's what it reminds me of. It's some tires that I've seen before that were the Crusader. Let's get on back across the bridge over yonder. We might ride down towards the access area and then down the beach path a little bit. We just gonna put some miles on it, y'all. We're up to 12.1 miles right now. Okay, we're back over in town. We done had to stop and got us a little bit of ice cream. And yeah, we'll post that picture right there. Like we needed some ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Dog, I don't think you can catch me on this little animal. Yeah, talk about eating. You know, half the restaurants down here in the South have fatty in their name or fat. Oh yeah, we went to a pizza place in Hattiesburg this morning. Susan wanted to go to Fat Boys. She got a fat boy. Yeah, you know you're not eating right whenever you go to restaurants with fat in the name, right? All right, y'all, we're fixing to hit the beach path now. Well, it's not a little bit, it's got a lot of sand here. I'm not anticipating any problems, but I can tell you what I'm not gonna do. Like Mama used to tell us, I tell y'all what y'all not gonna do. You're not gonna stay up in this house and worry me to death all day. Now, what I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna be putting this thing to the test on this sand. I don't feel like picking myself up off that concrete. I'm not saying the bike's dangerous, I'm just saying that sand down there is on that concrete, that could pose a little problem. So we're just gonna we're gonna act like we civilized. We're just gonna ease on down the bike paths here. All right, there's some rough areas right there on that little bridge, and that dual suspension really paid off right there. I didn't hardly feel anything. I could have drank coffee, it wouldn't have spilt my coffee coming over that thing. Still a lot of water on the road from that gully washer we had. We got 6 inches in just a few hours there at the house. But I know I've already mentioned it, but I can tell you one thing, this bike does not lack, and that is torque. I'm talking about the whole shot. I'm talking about coming out of the hole. It does not lack any torque whatsoever. Okay, y'all, as we ride along the seawall out here and again enjoying a beautiful day along the Mississippi Gulf Coast here at Bay St. Louis, I just go to thinking about who this bike would be for. This bike would be for someone who just loves cruising around. Old or young, male, female, it doesn't matter. If you just like riding and cruising just like I'm doing here right now, I think, and as far as what range we got, and I've got 28 miles on this bike right now, and I'm down 3 bars. Let me see if I can stop right up here and I'll tell y'all how many volts it shows. Okay, the voltage shows 46.9, and that, according to my little chart, that's at about 50%. Y'all, and I haven't pedaled it enough to help anything, so basically I've been just using 100% throttle on it at all times. I did pedal a little bit, but not much. But there you go, so 28 miles at 50% of the battery. So I'll let you do the math on that right there. What you think? I'm thinking about 45 miles, maybe 50, something like that. So I'm 6 foot tall, 230 pounds. Well, 230 plus a couple ounces because of that ice cream I ate back there. So yeah, who would this be for? Hey, young, old, male, female, it doesn't matter. If you just want something to cruise around on, yeah. If you want a bike to pedal and get some exercise on, unless you're a lot shorter than what I am, I would go with something else. But this thing is a hoot to ride, y'all. Yeah, if we're looking at the fun factor on this thing, I tell you what, the fun factor is off the charts. Yeah, hey y'all, we've gone about as far as we're gonna go with the ride part of the review. Hopefully tried to show you guys everything you need to know to determine if you would want to purchase this bike. But there's one thing that I really want to stress again, and I want you to go and I want you to compare to other moped style bikes like this, and I want you to look at the price, because there is a lot of the moped style bikes that I see are well into the $2,000 mark. Quiet up our birds. All right, y'all, we back at the house and workshop, front of the workshop here. We're gonna do a summary for you on this EUYbike S4. I tell you, it all narrows down to it's a great bike. And if we mention to you out there in the field that it maybe not be one that I particularly prefer for pedaling, getting exercise and what have you, because of the way it's made. But if you just want to have fun cruising around, hey, this is exactly what you're looking for. So I'm going to recommend it for that. I like the power that it has. I like the longevity that I believe we're going to get out of the battery. I like the quality of the components that it has. The Logan brakes, hey, they'll stop you on a dime. Kenda tires, 1,000-watt motor. The motor runs super good. Front and rear suspension, and that helped out. That's going to help you out if you're, especially if you live on a rough road or riding in rough terrain. I haven't even mentioned the fact that if you have someone who feels froggy enough to do it, to get out there and ride it on the trails, ride it down in the dirt pits and what have you. Yeah, I think it's going to do really good there. But they do make as we mentioned to you, they do make a one-piece seat. So you might want to look at that if you pick one up. Order you one of those one-piece seats, and I think this thing, hey, this may be exactly what the doctor ordered for you. Before we go away, I'll remind you one more time, look down in that video description of mine. You're going to find a link to EUYbike. That's going to be my affiliate link. And what I'm going to ask you to do is use my affiliate link. If you go to make your purchase, my channel will get credit at no extra expense to you. If you have any questions of any kind you want to ask me about this bike or any other bike I have, use that link I'm putting down in the lower left corner of your screen right there. Send me an email. I'll answer it for you. Last but not least, hey, if you found any kind of value whatsoever in this video, hit that subscribe and that like and hit that bell notification. Until we see y'all out there on the road somewhere, or maybe on some trail, hey, this is Rip One Outdoors. We hope everyone will be blessed.